Yo, what's going on, everybody, man? It's your boy, BruhmanTv, back again with another classic, man. So today, by the title and thumbnail, you already know what to expect, man. It's the craziest, creepy things that will change your mind and possibly change your reality. If you all could do me a huge favor right now, and I'm telling you all, it would make a big difference with everything, just stop what you're doing and hit the like button. I don't want to have to beg or anything. Just please do me a favor and hit that like button, because nobody really have recently, and I'm trying to see something just a little different. So if you all can do me a huge favor before we get into this, it will literally take 5 seconds out of y'all day to just help me out, man. Like, you know, I'm doing some crazy work right here, and the only thing I'm asking for is one like. It will make a huge impact on this channel's success and this video's progress. So one like can go a long way. It can take all the pain away, man. Take 5 seconds out your day. Just please do. Let's go ahead and get into this video and see what today's episode is about.
Free energy. This guy, Maxwell Chikambutsu from Zimbabwe, he created a generator that does not use any power source. So this generator creates free energy using frequencies from the atmosphere. This one generator can power 300 homes. These two scientist guys went out there to test it, and they're like, yeah, it's legit. And they're like, how did you know how to build this? And he says when he sleeps, he gets revelations from God of how to create these things. He says, this is how he told me to make it. But this dude has a target on his back. So he's been in prison in Zimbabwe multiple times.
You're too smart.
He came to the US at one point and he was poisoned and almost died. And he cannot get any of his patents patented because if it defies physics, it cannot be patented.
Imagine if everything goes black in the world and that's the only type of energy source that we can holster.
Yeah, that's also a thing that AI couldn't affect.
Definitely not.
Protect this guy at all costs, because an invention that he created is definitely something that the government would possibly come and attack him about.
What if World War III started tomorrow? After 15 minutes, all the presidents of every country would tell citizens to stay at home. And soon after, there would be a global lockdown. In just 12 hours, all borders of all countries would be closed, and worries about nuclear weapons would quickly grow. Within one day, the rich and powerful start hiding in underground bunkers, leaving regular citizens to take care of themselves. 2 days later, communication systems and the internet go out completely, and the world goes dark. After 3 days, the first new key is used, setting off a chain reaction of retaliation. 4 days in, the air becomes so polluted that sunlight can't be seen from Earth, causing extreme consequences. 1 week later, food production stops, leading to the collapse of the global food chain, and 2 billion people are left without food. In just 1 month, the ozone layer is destroyed. After a year with billions displaced, thousands of citizens are gone. Humans then start the process of rebuilding, but the Earth is forever scarred by this catastrophe.
Yeah, I feel like the earth would never be the same after a situation like this occurred. God forbid that this does not go on, but at the same time, if the ending is near, then I have faith in my God.
You know, The Simpsons predicted a dark winter of 2024. This prediction is really scary. Watch until the end to keep your family safe. In an episode from season 33 that aired in January 2023, it seems like they were hinting at something called a dark winter coming to America. In the episode's plot, the Simpson family gets snowed in at home due to a massive winter storm covering Springfield. News reports indicate that the freezing weather isn't just in their town. Much of the United States is facing record cold temperatures, heavy snowfalls, and dangerous ice storms, and people are told to stay at home. What's even more interesting is that the episode aired only a few months before winter 2024. Could it be predicting the future? More unsettling is that dark winter is a term used by government officials and pandemic experts to describe a hypothetical crisis scenario involving a combination disaster. It was used after 9/11, imagining a U.S. smallpox attack. Now, with COVID, high costs, food and energy shortages, and extreme weather from climate change, some worry about a crisis like the one shown in a Simpsons episode hitting America. Only time will tell if the theories about a truly dark winter in 2024 are true. Let's wait and see. Now, there's another prediction for 2024 that's really surprising. All the details will be in part 3. If this post gets 3,000 likes...
Man, I feel like it's not just the 2024 winter. I feel like it's 2024 in general.
Are we all listening to cursed music? This theory says yes. So the magical spell method employs something called acoustic sigils. The way popular music artists have been doing this for centuries is they create something called a mantra. A mantra is a set of words kind of in an order, and they switch those words around to become quasi-phonetic. What you then do is you switch around the words and the lettering to kind of seem really awkward and weird, like none of this makes sense until you realize that it's put together in a different way. Now, whenever somebody listens to that song, they're actually being activated through that sentence of desire that they cannot understand. Is a sentence of desire. They keep saying it over and over again. You can't quite tell what they're saying. It's because that's how it works. Now, I'm sure you're asking, why would musicians and artists do this? It's simple. It's to keep you coming back. These mantras and messages are designed to infiltrate your spirit, your soul, and your mind to keep you coming back to them, being a fan of them, being at their concerts and screaming their name and throwing your bra at them. This is what these mantras do. They keep you hooked, addicted, and wanting more of what they're offering. So what do you think? Tell me in the comments.
I feel like that not all music is demonic or trying to put a spell on you or anything like that. But there are probably people out there, a lot of, you get what I'm saying, demonic types of music, of course. I mean, we see it. I mean, you've seen your favorite rappers and singers like Doja Cat. You see as far as like how their music is now to what it once was.
Really briefly, I want you guys to take a look at this clip that shows a set that was done by DJ Bass Nectar. Just take a look at this. Yes, you saw that correctly. During the Bass Nectar set, he was using literal hypnosis visualization. Let's also not forget to mention that he, as well as other DJs, have been accused of using hidden frequencies in order to control the minds of those that are listening. The United States military using sound as a weapon is not unknown. In fact, it is very detailed in several documents that the United States government has been practicing with sound frequencies in order to use during wars. This is just a theory. At the end of the day, though, we need to always be careful about the frequencies that we listen to and never know what's hidden underneath it all.
That's definitely true. You have to be cautious of the frequency and hertz that you listening to music, because a lot of the music that is pushed out, they play it in a particular frequency so it can control your mind and to have you feeling a particular way. That's why if you listen to certain type of, I listen to rap and R&B and, you know, slow music and things like that. But a lot of emotional music, they play it in a frequency to where it will make you emotional.
So some people are asking, where can they find the list at? Now the list is all over Twitter, right? And this is just allegedly that this is the actual list, allegedly. But since you need help, I got you. I got you, fam. Now I want you to understand that this is on Twitter, right? And that this is all theoretical, okay? But some of these names, to me, I was like, yeah, I been knew that, or I could just see that you was on this list. But there's some names on this list that blow my mind. One of those on that list, and this is all alleged, is Christopher Bridges. That's ludicrous. One of my favorite rappers turned actors. And it makes sense, like, how you got on to the Fast and Furious franchise. Pause and read. No, allegedly speaking, no, not Justin Tim, not Blue, no, not Jim Carrey, allegedly, no. Jerry Springer makes the most sense. And when he said that, you know, goodbye before he passed away, you know, about the things that he did in his life, this makes more sense now. No, J-Lo on that list? James Gunn? Let's see, Kamala Harris. So all them neck pictures starting to make sense now. No, not Keanu. Makes a lot of sense now with all those franchises, those John Wick franchises. It makes a whole lot of sense. And if y'all seen that John Wick one where he was in the desert and he found that Illuminati guy who reinstated him back into the order, they were telling you about the Illuminati and the secret society in that movie. So it makes a lot of sense. No, not Keith Urban. Allegedly. We all knew the Kardashians. I'm not even gonna act like that was something new. Matthew Perry was on that list before he... I ain't even gonna say nothing, but y'all know where I'm getting at. Steve Harvey is allegedly on this list. Seeing him on this list makes me realize, how did he allow Diddy to date his daughter and also allow her to date Diddy's son and not turn the house over about it, and still cool with him to this day? Wanda Sykes on there? Allegedly? Will Smith? This all makes sense.
Now, I'm going to be completely honest. I know that a lot of y'all are tired of probably hearing about this Epstein list, but the 100% truth is that the Epstein list did not release at all. That's why he's saying allegedly, because it's not confirmed. And y'all know me. I'm not the type of person that's going to talk about things when they're not 100% facts. But I will tell you all that the Epstein list did not release like they promised us, and we're going into March. It was supposed to release at the end of January. Like, now we're in a whole nother month, and it's months past, and the list has not released. What has released is court documents releasing naming of individuals. So if you want to look through them hundreds of papers of court documents, that you can probably find certain names, but everybody wants that bulletin list of names, and unfortunately, we still haven't got that yet.
Angela Bassett finally won her Oscar, but it was for an honorary. What the heck does that mean? Even more strange, now people are saying, was this a type of initiation ritual that was done at the Oscars? Not to mention that some also said that Regina King was dressed like a man. And even though I do like Jamie Lee Curtis, how many times are the Oscars going to give the actual award to the people that they feel that they admire, but then snub the people of color? It makes me wonder, is an honorary Oscar really that good to get over getting an Oscar for a role that you actually played?
I don't know, but to me, the kiss seemed more friendly than it seemed anything that was ritual based. You get what I'm saying? Like, it didn't seem like nothing humiliating when the full video shows. So that just shows how pictures and how something actually can be very deceiving. Just imagine if they gave them a hug.
Why do you believe the Bible advises against the consumption of pork?
I believe that the Bible advises us not to eat or consume pork. For one, spiritually, the nature, whenever you consume something or whenever you go into something or whenever you become one with something, I mean, what's the best thing to become one with something? By consuming it, right? Because what you consume breaks down and recreates what you would call your deoxyribonucleic acid structure. What we eat binds to our DNA. So if you look at the actual characteristics of a pig, it's greedy, it's sloppy, it's dirty, it will eat another pig, it eats anything, it has no moral. The only purpose and point of a pig is to be a trash can of earth. It consumes the trash of earth. That's the whole point of it. And then you will go and you will eat that trash. So and then think about the name we call a pig. You call police officers that sit on a corner and try to round up black people and put them in jail all day a pig. You see what I'm saying? So when you look at the word pig and just the spirituality and the characteristics or the attributes that's associated around the pig, it's gluttony. Not only is it gluttony, it's messiness. Not only is it messiness, it's sloppiness. We actually call the food that you feed a pig what? Slop. So everything about the pig spiritually shows a bunch of natural law-breaking sins that humans are not supposed to imitate, right? So now that's just the spiritual aspect. Then when you look at the physical aspects, if you look at a pig or you look at the swines and pigs don't have sweat glands. They don't have sweat glands. So whatever toxemia that they eat, it stays metabolically within their system. And that's why they're so cancerous causing. And the high amount of sodium that's in a bloodstream is just crazy. So it raises blood sodium, right? It raises blood sugar. It's all types of toxemia inside of them because they don't have sweat glands, and they're the natural biological trash cans of the earth, meaning they will eat any and everything and every attribute and spiritual attribute that's a part of them or law-breaking sins that God told us to stay away from when it comes to the actual Bible. So you will see, and they're full of parasites. full of parasites, tapeworms, fluke worms, hookworms. And when you look at a pig, pigs give something called zoonotic diseases. What zoonotic diseases is when you can, an actual animal can pass a disease over to a human being. It's called zoonotic diseases. Swine flu. You have something called toxoplasmosis or toxoplasma. Toxoplasma is an actual brain-eating parasite that you can get from eating actual pig's flesh. And it's a translucent parasite. You can't even see it until it metamorphosizes, or what they call pleomorphosize itself in the brain. And guess what this thing does? It binds to different morphine receptors or opiate receptors of the brain, and it can actually change your personality. It can change the foods you like, and it can change your sexual preference. Look this stuff up, toxoplasma. And you can get this same thing from cats too. And it will drive you crazy. It's because it binds to different types of markers in your brain, and it biohacks your nervous system, and it thinks for you. So things that you didn't like to eat that you knew was bad for them, now you crave them because you're not feeding yourself no more. You're feeding these actual parasites. So just the whole entire consumption of a pig is bad. There is nothing good about eating pork at all, spiritually, mentally, physically, or emotionally. It gives you a bunch of parasite. It gives you hypertension, high blood pressure. It gives you hyperglycemia. It shuts down your kidneys and your adrenals. It releases a bunch of cortisol in your body, and then you're going to activate what they call the immune system to try to get these foreign invaders out of the body. At that, which is going to cause cold, flu-like symptoms, and these things is what's going to bring on the toxicity, which makes the body try to heal itself. It's going to take all those toxins from that pork, put it in a trash bag for these toxins won't leak into the bloodstream. Then it's going to mutate. That mutation is what you call cancer. So when you look at eating pork or eating swine's flesh, it actually causes cancer and many other metabolic so-called diseases.
Why do you believe that?
He be speaking a lot of truth. That's why I enjoy watching some of his segments. Sometimes I can get a little bit confused, but he was very clear on explaining, just even on a spiritual level, why what you eat can affect your daily living habits.
He says that having amputated his own fingers made him feel more complete.
Oh shit.
Check this shit out.
Let me see.
You didn't know that, huh?
No, what's that?
Look, so he claims to be only 46% along the way to becoming an alien, and what he has planned for the future is very disturbing. So this guy comes from Montpellier in France, and his name is Anthony Lafredo. Anthony calls himself the Black Alien. He started his transformation at the age of 27 years old, and to look less and less like a human being, he has already had his entire body tattooed, in addition to numerous cosmetic surgeries, such as the removal of his tongue, nose, ears, and 2 fingers.
What the hell?
Yeah.
What? Dang.
He has also dyed his teeth purple, the whites of his eyes black, and he even had silicone implants installed. To justify all this, he explained there's no one to stop him except that he still complains about being kicked out of public places like some restaurants that do not hesitate to ask him to leave. But before continuing, I wanted to warn you guys that more and more people have reported that their phones were being spied on by a blue radio app. This can appear on your phone at any time. To check that this does not happen, save this video, click on this icon, then on more. If you see it, delete it immediately.
Look, I be all with the tattoos. Y'all doing y'all things with the tattoos and things like that. I don't never say nothing out the way or crazy, but this is a real life reptilian.
You guys are going to flip the hell out. I don't even know how I found it, but my mind is blown. Let's get into it because I have to show y'all this. So this is a map that depicts what's under the dome that we live on, or the Terra Dome. These are all different worlds or lands, and there's 178 of them. So when they say we go to outer space, it's not really outer space. It's just beyond the ice wall. If you look around the edge of this map, there's a white line. That is an ice wall. And beyond the ice wall is called the unknown zone because no one knows what's there. No one's been there. Now, here's the thing that's really trippy. When we think of other planets like Mars, Venus, Saturn, and stuff, we think of it being in the sky and we're kind of, But what if I told you it's not in the sky? It's actually in this dome. Hear me out. So there's water or oceans that are in between all of these lands, right? Earth is in the direct center of this map. And to get to the other lands, you have to cross water. Here's the Anunnaki lands, which is directly, I guess you would say it's to the southeast of Earth. If you look at the top left corner right there, that's part of the Earth. Here's Venus and its continents. Y'all, this is trippy. Here's Mars. See, it says ice walls. Neptune, Uranus, Jupiter, Pegasus, and it's surrounded by the abyssal ocean and not too far from Jupiter. Saturn. So here's the lands of Orion, and it's surrounded by the deepest ocean. The lands of Orion are kind of outlined in purple, and you know purple is royalty and, you know, somebody that's up high in stature. What if that's where the highest beings are? Pleiades? I wonder if that's where the paladins come from. Andromeda? What kind of got me is there's actually a land for the forgotten humans. I don't know about that. That's creepy. The celestial lands? Lands of angels? Ocean of death. Wait a minute, I just saw the second Earth, the land of clones? What? Hercules. I even saw a land for the extraterrestrials and the custodians. Y'all, this map blew my mind. I really need to get my hands on a physical copy of this. I never knew there was so many different worlds out there. But it all makes sense. So buckle up, because it's going to be a bumpy ride. We finna go down this rabbit hole. Remember, we're in this together. This is crazy. I can't believe this. Wait, yeah, I can't.
There's probably plenty of land that we don't know about beyond that ice wall.
Astrology can be traced back to the oldest known civilizations on Earth. In the 12,000-year-old site of Göbekli Tepe, we find astrological symbols covering the megalithic structures, and the entire structure itself is aligned with celestial bodies. In the ruins of the Indus Valley civilization, we find depictions of constellations and their versions of the zodiac animals. The oldest ruins in the Americas are also aligned with the stars, and the Mesoamericans, as well as the Inca and many of the North American tribes, had their own calendars and zodiacs that they used for astrological purposes such as predicting the future and tracking time. This is also the case in ancient China, among the Pacific Island cultures, Egypt and Greece, Stone Age Europe, ancient African religions, and among the Aboriginal Australians. But why did all these corners of the earth have similar beliefs and traditions involving the zodiac signs, celestial body tracking for both practical and mystical purposes, and in many cases an extremely accurate calendar that can predict solar events with precision? And where exactly did this advanced understanding of our universe originate?
You know, we all know that their technology back then was way more advanced than possibly things are now.
Do they have something to hide? Why would you resign? The lights are on and the roaches are scattering. It seems like the elected officials in Florida are resigning left and right before the new year. And they've got everyone from mayors to city councilmen jumping ship. And why are they leaving so rapidly? A new law is taking effect January the 1st, requiring all elected officials to fill out a Form 6. This would release all their financial documentation of where their money comes from, how much money they earn, etc. Oh, the same form they make business owners complete. Now, many are waving goodbye, saying it's an invasion of their privacy. And believe it or not, but all kinds of people elected to office are stepping down because of this.
Now, I'm not going to lie. Florida has always been like, you get what I'm saying? When it comes to politics.
What's going on here, America?
By putting your body in a capsule. This is a new type of burial introduced in Italy, the human egg capsule burial. It's different from the traditional way of burial. As the name suggests, the body of the deceased is put into a biodegradable egg-shaped capsule and buried with a seed in the ground. The body is curled up in the capsule like a baby in its mother's womb. This means that life begins and ends in this position. Over time, the capsule will degrade in the soil and the seeds will take root. The body will become the nutrients for the seed until it grows into a huge tree. This is a unique burial method that focuses on a green environment. The tree represents the headstone, which is warmer than the cold stone. As the tree grows, the relatives will feel the continuity of new life and the significance of the deceased's existence at the same time. In addition, this type of burial offers a personalized service. The family can choose the type of tree or the color of the capsule, and also install a locator in the capsule so that the family can easily find your tree among the many trees. In fact, the human egg-shaped capsule burial method symbolizes not only a cycle of life, it's also a gift to nature. So would you like to become a tree at the end of your life and continue to exist in this world as a new life?
I'm gonna be honest, I feel like I wouldn't mind that type of burial. Maybe I'm just weird, but I personally do believe, I mean, once this life gone, we on to another one.
Canned veggies, the regular whipped cream, great value. And then, now this is scary, you know those Walmart brands, there's like great value, and then the regular brands, right? So they have Cool Whip, and then they have just the regular whipped cream. Did you know it's made by the same company? What great value is, they go to the same manufacturers and they just get it made cheaper without that brand name. So, you know, the canned veggies, the big name brand is called Green Giant, and the great value canned veggies are also made by Green Giant. It's the same with cereal. There's this store called Aldi in the States. Now, this store is known for having the best products that match up to the big name brands. That's how they promote their store. So if you go into Aldi, they have this brand called Millville, and all their cereals are offshoots of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, offshoots of Cookie Crisps, offshoots of Rice Krispies, and the look so similar, all made by Millville. The real name brand is made by General Mills. They dug deep and found out that Millville is the same thing as General Mills. It's the exact same. They've been lying this whole time. They also taste the exact same.
It's business and it's money at the end of the day, so I wouldn't be surprised, but the best Pop-Tarts to me is Millville. I don't like the whole Kellogg's Pop-Tarts. They're horrible.
US dollar, which has kind of united the world in a lot of ways, maybe not to your advantage, but certainly to ours. Is that going away as the reserve currency, the universally accepted currency? How have sanctions, do you think, changed the dollar's place in the world?
You know, to use the dollar as a tool of foreign policy struggle is one of the biggest strategic mistakes made by the US political leadership. The dollar is the cornerstone of the United States power, but they won't stop printing. What does the debt of $33 trillion tell us about? As soon as the political leadership decided to use the US dollar as a tool of political struggle, a blow was dealt to this American power. I would not like to use any strong language, but it is a stupid thing to do and a grave mistake. Look at what is going on in the world. Even the United States allies are now downsizing their dollar reserves. Seeing this, everyone starts looking for ways to protect themselves. But the fact that the United States applies restrictive measures to certain countries, such as placing restrictions on transactions, freezing assets, etc., causes grave concern and sends a signal to the whole world. Do you even realize what is going on or not? Does anyone in the United States realize this? What are you doing? You are cutting yourself off. All experts say this. Ask any intelligent and thinking person in the United States what the dollar means for the US. You're killing it with your own hands.
You know, that is an amazing question because I never really thought to look up on something like that. What is the American dollar to the US?
Listen quietly.
In my frustration last night, after seeing the 100th child blown to bits in Palestine, I decided to check out the location tag of Tel Aviv on Instagram just to see what the people of Israel were dealing with, and the results were quite telling. As you can see, they're hanging out, they're taking selfies, they're ordering sushi. This is a photo from the beach. They're having little performances in boutique hotels. I was genuinely shocked by what I saw, and you can go look too. Go look at Tel Aviv's location right now, and watch all the stories of people. It's really, really shocking to see it in comparison with what is coming out on the ground from Gaza, 40 miles away. And, you know, people will have you thinking that this is a war between two equal parties, but this is colonialism. You're looking at it right now. Everyone seems to be having a great time while there's a genocide happening 40 miles away from them.
Is going on in Alabama prison is about to shock you. Bodies are being sent back to families. And the people have no organs. People are begging and pleading to get out.
Something is happening in Alabama. Obviously, we've been covering Alabama since
It was brought to my attention an inmate, someone incarcerated inside of one of their correctional facilities, was about to die. Now we have allegations that bodies are being returned to family members without their organs, without their heart or their brain. The university, who does the autopsies per way of contract from the Department of Corrections, they basically admit to it.
What?
Double down on it and explain why they're able to do this, and you will not believe the explanation. This is a pattern that I'm going to expose here. I want to remind you of reporting we have already done out of Alabama right here at Indisputable. Here it is.
An indisputable exclusive. No other news agency has this. Medical abuse, neglect, Alabama prisons.
Oh my God.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That is sad, man. That is completely sad, man. Prayers out to the families and the individual who is suffering right now from this situation in Alabama. Yeah, bro, that was wild. That was crazy, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this down below, man. I hope that you all enjoyed. If you did, please do me a huge favor and hit and give this video a huge like. It would do me justice. It would do a huge favor. I will genuinely appreciate it, man. And until then, I'll see you all tomorrow.